Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Today on General Hospital, Maxie confides a secret to Dante, the war between Drew and Tracy escalates, and Valentin hands Charlotte over to Anna and Jason before vanishing. At Jordan's place, she and Asaya argue about her investigating Sidwell. Jordan says if their being together hinges on her not investigating Sidwell, then this is over. He says he'll accept her investigating Sidwell even if he doesn't like it. They share a kiss, and he guesses they should get used to spending a lot of time here, which means grocery shopping. Dad stops by Maxie's house as he is worried Lulu's going to get herself in a situation she can't get out of. Maxie slips up about Lulu's latest escapade, breaking into Martin's hotel room. Dante calls Lulu out of control. Maxie thinks he should talk to Lulu, but Dante says they can't talk like they used to because of Sam. He's trying to keep this family together, and his #1 priority is to be a dad. He says Rocco is also hurting as he doesn't want his mom to put herself in danger to find Charlotte. But he wants his sister back. He can't talk to Lulu, but he can talk with Brooke Lynn, and that only hurts Lulu. He can't believe this Brooke Lynn and Lulu thing has gone on this long. Maxie blurts out, "It's because Lulu is still in love with you." Dante is confused as Lulu is going to marry Dustin. Maxie hates having to break girl code but tells him that Lulu broke things off with Dustin and was going to tell Dante as she wanted him back, but that's when she went into a coma. Maxie says he's asked Lulu to be patient with Brooke Lynn, but he needs to be patient with Lulu. Maxie points out that Rocco needs both him and Lulu, and they have to be there for him no matter what is going on between them. In Brooke Lynn's room, she yells at Lulu that telling Dante will blow up a lot of lives and won't make this better for anyone. Lulu says this will change Dante's life, and her life changed when she found out about Charlotte. Brooke Lynn says that was a different situation. Charlotte was little, and her son is an adult and may not know he's adopted. As much as she'd love for her child to show up and want to be part of her life, it is not their choice. It's her child's choice. Lulu feels that Dante is a wonderful father and that any boy would be lucky to have him in his life. She urges her to tell Dante. Brooke Lynn says she could lie about Dante being the father. Lulu can't believe she'd do that. Brooke Lynn states she'll do anything to protect her child. She tells Lulu that knowing you have a child you can't be with is agony, and she'll be subjecting Dante to the same pain. She says Dante will move heaven and earth to find their child, which means Rocco will have been abandoned by both his parents, who are searching for their other kids. Lulu becomes furious and can't believe she'd use her child against her, and it's a good thing she gave her kid up as she's not fit to be anyone's mother. Brooke Lynn tries to slap her, but Lulu grabs her hand. Brooke Lynn cries she is a mother. She gave her baby up for adoption, she wouldn't let herself hold him, and she didn't know if she had a boy or a girl until Lulu told her. Lulu is sorry and assumes she knew. Brooke Lynn notes she probably also assumed it was easy for her to give her baby up, but it wasn't. She cries because she loved her baby and has to believe that by giving him away she gave him a better life. She wants to know how he turned out, but not at the expense of his happiness or peace. She says, "Even I'm not that selfish." Brooke Lynn says if her son wants to find his birth parents, then he will, but until then, she begs Lulu to leave it alone. Lulu doesn't want to be the one who blows up Dante's life or their child's. She won't tell Dante, but she thinks Brooke Lynn should. Brooke Lynn made her choice years ago, and the past needs to stay in the past. Lulu tells Brooke Lynn this secret isn't the past, and she never would have found out about this if her mother hadn't talked to Martin. Lulu leaves Brooke Lynn's room. Brooke Lynn grabs her phone and texts her mom that they need to talk ASAP. In the living room, Ned asks why Lois is okay letting Gio be a charity case for Sonny. Lois says Gio isn't a charity case and he's family. Ned knows the boy is an honorary Cirillo, but what does that have to do with taking money from Sonny? Lois says Cirillos love Gio and they loved his mother, but they needed Sonny's money to make sure Gio's talent for music was cultivated. Ned asks why she went to Sonny instead of coming to him. Lois says Ned already supports enough generous causes. Sonny grew up alone and didn't want Gio to struggle the same way he did. Tracy visits her parents' crypt and says she will not let Drew take anything and Drew outside talking. With Martin's help, Drew has the crypt seized by the state and hangs a sign on it stating so. Tracy walks out and asks what is going on. Martin says this building has been seized and must be vacated. Martin hands Tracy a court order, which she rips up. She threatens to call the police, but Drew says the law is on their side. Drew and Tracy throw insults, and Drew says, "You Quartermains think you can do anything you want. You make me sick." He doesn't care who she thinks she is, as she isn't getting her way this time. Emma and Gio show up, and Emma yells, "Hey, leave the old lady alone." Tracy gasps, "Old lady?" Drew tells Emma that the Quartermains have appropriated public land, and the crypt goes over the property and is on protected land. He trash-talks Edward, which riles up Emma. The young girl yells that Edward Quartermain saved her life and Tracy rescued her from kidnappers. Drew introduces himself, and Emma calls him a petty congressman and notes they are trespassing. Tracy again says she is calling the police. Drew calls Tracy a bully, and Tracy yells, says the man using the family crypt to punish the people who threw him out of said family. Gio rushes into the main house and tells Ned and Lois what's going on between Drew and Tracy at the crypt. Back at the crypt, Chase arrives and learns about the issue with the Quartermain crypt. Ned, Gio, and Lois are also there, and Drew says the Quartermains need to move the family crypt off the protected public land. Tracy says this is all about Drew's hatred of this family. Emma pulls out her phone, begins filming, and asks the congressman if he should be helping his constituents instead of threatening them. Emma points out that Congress is in session, so why is he here and not there serving his people? Tracy notes that the surveyor said his findings on the crypt were preliminary, so how did Drew and Martin get a court order to seize the building so quickly? Emma continues to film the altercation. Back at Jordan's, she and Asaya are doing some online shopping for food when Ned calls Jordan. Jordan arrives at the Quartermain crypt as a favor to Ned. Drew thinks she shouldn't have to be dragged out here, and the law is the law and it's on his side. The crypt partially stands on conserved public land. Tracy recalls that Martin agreed to drop all of this if Drew would be allowed to use the Quartermain name. Drew asks Tracy who he is, Drew Kane or Drew Quartermain. She says he can call himself whatever he wants, but he'll never be a Quartermain. Emma posts her video slamming Drew, and Tracy smacks the surveyor's measuring instrument out of his hand when he begins taking measurements. Drew says that's assault, and Chase is forced to arrest Tracy when the surveyor wants to press charges, thanks to Martin nodding to him to do so. Back in the mansion, Lois arrives, having gotten Brooke Lynn's text. She sees that her daughter is upset. Brooke Lynn asks, "What do you know about my child that you aren't telling me?" Lulu heads to Maxie's, bangs on her front door, and yells to Maxie that she really needs her help. Dante answers the door. In Buenos Aires, Jason and Anna sit in a car outside a home they suspect Charlotte and Valentin are in. Jason thinks it should be easy enough to get in, get Charlotte, and get out. Anna feels it's too easy, and something is wrong. Anna notes given what happened in Prague, Valentin may be expecting them, or someone else. A vehicle arrives, and Anna says the WSB is here and they have to move. Inside, Charlotte peers out the curtains, thinking something is going on. Valentin tells her to get away from the window. Charlotte says she doesn't like it here and asks how long they have to stay. Valentin says not long and it's time they say goodbye. Valentin explains that keeping her with him is selfish and dangerous. He should have let her mother take her in Prague. He texted Rocco pretending to be her, and Lulu is probably on her way here. Charlotte admits she misses her mom but doesn't want to be without him either. Suddenly, Anna and Jason burst in, guns drawn. Anna tells them there is a kill squad behind them, so Valentin needs to take Charlotte and go. Valentin and Charlotte run, and Anna calls out to the two-man kill squad. She identifies herself and tells them Valentin is gone. She says they should call Jack Brennan, but they say he's not running this op. Jason and Anna take down the two men, and Valentin comes out of the shadows with Charlotte. Valentin reveals he sent the text to Rocco, and he needs them to take Charlotte home before the next kill squad comes. Valentin and Charlotte say goodbye, and Jason takes Charlotte outside. Valentin cries to Anna that he feels like that's the last time he'll see his daughter. She says it doesn't have to be and asks him to let her bring him in and try and work too much and that he tried to kill Jack, so the WSB won't let him live. If Charlotte is safe, he's free to do what he must. She begs him not to throw his life away. Valentin says the time they were together was the best months of his life. She says a part of her will always love him. He tells her to take care of Charlotte and races off. Outside, Charlotte asks Jason if he took her out of there so Anna could kill her father. Jason says Anna won't do that and she's likely trying to save him. On the next General Hospital, Portia suggests a truce to Curtis between him and Drew. Tracy sits in the PCPD interrogation room and Drew says, "What makes you think it couldn't happen again?" Carly talks to Sasha about her situation and how it's different from hers. Brooke Lynn asks her mom what she hasn't told her about her baby. Jason feels someone is making a mistake. General Hospital spoilers report everyone has been whispering that Jen Sidwell is gunning for Sonny Corinthos after that explosive attack at his penthouse, but hold the phone. What if his real target is Alexis Davis? In the intricate world of General Hospital, recent developments suggest that Jen Sidwell's true target isn't Sonny Corinthos, but Alexis Davis. Sidwell's recent actions, notably presenting Alexis with Helena Cassadine's infamous dagger, hint at a deeper, more personal vendetta. The diamond-dealing bad boy has been flashing cash and chaos, and while Sonny is on high alert, Alexis might be the one in his crosshairs. Could Sidwell's latest move, a cryptic invite to Windermere, be the clue that flips this script? That penthouse blast had Sonny's name written all over it, literally, and Sidwell has been flexing his muscle, funding the Esplanade like he's trying to shove Sonny's import biz right out of Port Charles. The attack nearly took out Michael Corinthos, leaving him maimed, and Sidwell's cash dump screams, "I'm coming for you, Corinthos." It's the perfect setup to paint him as Sonny's new nemesis, with the mobster's crew ready to retaliate. But what if it's all a distraction? Sidwell could be playing 4D chess, and while Sonny is dodging those bullets, Alexis might be the real prize he's after. Sneaky, right? Here's where it gets juicy. Sidwell just invited Alexis to Windermere, dangling a dagger he claims he found on the property like it's no big deal. Excuse me. A random dagger at Spoon Island's creepiest crib just stumbles upon a murder weapon that was trashed decades ago. He's spinning a tale that he stumbled across, but the fans aren't buying it. Something is fishy. Did he really dig it up, or is this a lure to reel Alexis in? That dagger could tie back to some old Cassadine chaos, and Sidwell has a vibe like he knows more than he's letting on. Is he playing her, or is there a bigger game afoot? How did Sidwell zero in on Alexis, though? Why not ping Ava Jerome, Maura West, the last lady of Windermere, or even Laura Collins, who lived there for years and has plenty of Cassadine knowledge to share? He didn't ask the previous owner or the mayor. Sidwell summoned Alexis to Windermere under the pretense of gifting her the dagger Helena used to murder Alexis's mother. This calculated move led Alexis to handle the weapon, leaving her fingerprints, a potential setup for future crimes. Sidwell's careful handling of the dagger afterward, ensuring his prints were absent, underscores his meticulous planning. Speculation arises that Sidwell might be framing Alexis for a forthcoming crime, possibly a murder involving the dagger. His intricate knowledge of the Cassadine family's dark history and his recent acquisition of Windermere fuel theories about his true identity. Some suggest Sidwell could be a hidden Cassadine, perhaps even Alexis's half-brother, seeking retribution or power within the family's legacy. While Sonny remains a significant figure in Port Charles, Sidwell's recent maneuvers indicate a shift in focus toward Alexis. His alliance with Drew Quartermain and surveillance of Sonny hint at a broader scheme, but the personal nature of his interactions with Alexis suggests she is central to his plans. Instead, he went straight for Alexis, and that's raising eyebrows. Does he know something about her past, like her legal tangles or her Cassadine family history, that we don't? Maybe he has sniffed out a weakness, or maybe he's banking on her curiosity to pull her close. As events unfold, Alexis finds herself ensnared in a web of deception, with Sidwell orchestrating a plot that could jeopardize her freedom and safety. The revelation of Sidwell's true intentions and identity will undoubtedly send shockwaves through Port Charles, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. General Hospital reveals some incredible moments in the land of Port Charles. If you missed it, Here is an overview for you. Jordan Ashford and Asaya Gannon are trying to find their footing as they continue to find information that will bring Jen's Sidwell down. Still, Asaya hates the idea because Sidwell almost killed him, but he isn't having much luck talking her out of it. They agree to keep things between them quiet and decide they'll be spending a lot of time at her apartment. Over to Ned Quartermain and his ex, Lois Cirillo. They are still at odds over Sonny Corinthos helping Gio Palmieri during General Hospital's Monday episode. Having Sonny and his money involved is questionable because of some of his dirty business dealings, and Ned can't understand why Lois would want to see Gio's stability at risk. He also fears that Gio's closeness to Sonny could lead to him getting too close to the mobster's business and the danger that goes with it. Lois insists that it is about the family and Gio's connection to Bensonhurst. Ned understands that but still believes that as long as Gio lives at the Quartermains, they should provide for him, not Sonny. Ned also wonders why Lois has never asked for his help with Gio. Across town, General Hospital note that Dant Falconeri decides that maybe Maxie Jones can help him with Lulu Spencer, so he visits her. He thinks that Lulu is on the verge of spinning out of control and he wants to find a way to squash the beef between her and Brooke Lynn Quartermain. Maxie tries to play it cool, but then mentions Lulu breaking into Martin Gray's hotel room, making Danta worry more than before he knocked on the door. Danta wants Lulu to cut BLQ a break, and Maxie suggests that he should cut Lulu a break. Maxie finally spills the beans after 4 years of keeping it a secret, and she tells Danta that Lulu was on her way to see him to get back together before the explosion that resulted in her coma. Maxie says that Lulu is still in love with Danta but is trying not to put her feelings on him because he is grieving Sam. She's doing the best that she can with everything. Danta is stunned and realizes that they were both in love with each other before her coma. General Hospital notes that Tracy Quartermain visits her parents at the family crypt and promises them that she will always fight to do what is best for the family. She hears voices outside and exits to find Drew Quartermain, Martin, and a property surveyor freezing access to the building. They have a court order, and if the surveyor's findings deem it appropriate, Drew wants the Quartermain bodies dug up to move the crypt. As Tracy is fighting with everyone, Gio and Emma Drake arrive, and Emma goes into activist mode for the greater good. As Ned, Lois, and Jordan all arrive, Emma livestreams Drew, and it becomes quite apparent to anyone watching that this is a personal vendetta that will use taxpayer money, not something good for the community that he is supposed to be serving. After Tracy tries to stop the surveyor from continuing his job, Drew shouts out, "That's assault." Harrison Chase is on the scene and asks the surveyor if he wants to press charges. He agrees and Tracy is hauled off. Anna Devane and Jason Morgan have tracked Valentin Cassadine and Charlotte Cassadine to Argentina, thanks to a text sent from her phone. What they don't realize is that it was Valentin who sent the text in the hopes that Lulu would find them. He has decided that Charlotte needs to return home to Port Charles because he can no longer keep her safe. Anna and Jason burst in and tell him that the WSB kill team is right behind them. Valentin hides with Charlotte as the two try to talk to the team. They tell the men to call Brennan for more directions and they refuse. Anna and Jason kill the two and Valentin tells them to take Charlotte home. Jason takes her outside while Anna tries to convince Valentin to come home too. He refuses and disappears. Lastly, Brooke Lynn and Lulu are going rounds over the fact that she gave up her baby for adoption 21 years ago without ever telling Dante that she was pregnant during General Hospital's Monday episode. Lulu keeps insisting that Dante needs the truth so he can move heaven and earth to find the son he doesn't know anything about. BLK tells Lulu that the fallout would be massive with so many lives disrupted. She also tells her that living without her child is agony, and she doesn't want Danta to also feel the same agony. He is already in enough pain. Finally, BLQ gets through to Lulu when she says that she was the one that told her that she had a son. She never even knew that much before she said it. Both are in tears as Lulu realizes it's not her place to tell Dante. Brooke Lynn wants to keep it in the past and Lulu tells her that it's not in the past. If Lois hadn't gone to Martin about the adoption recently, she would never have known. Lulu leaves and Brooke Lynn texts Lois, telling her that they need to talk immediately. She waits downstairs in the foyer for her mother, and once Lois arrives, Brooke Lynn demands to know what secrets she is keeping about her baby. Fans can expect Brooke Lynn Quartermain to lash out at Lois Cerullo. In other news, Dan Falconeri will reconnect with Lulu Spencer, while Portia Robinson has a wild idea for Curtis Ashford to consider. On Tuesday, March 11, fans can expect Brooke Lynn to confront her mother about the adoption. At first, it seems BLQ is calm and is genuinely curious about what exactly Lois did about the baby. In fact, the young woman straight up asks Lois what she knows about her baby. However, it is stated that BLQ becomes enraged, so this could definitely set up the stage for a huge rift between the mother and daughter. Of course, Lois did what she felt was best for BLQ at the time. The more covering that Lois does now, the weirder things will get. As for Lulu, expect her to reconnect with Dante during General Hospital's Tuesday show. Dante does know about Lulu's feelings thanks to Maxie Jones. Then, with Lulu learning about BLQ's bombshell, what will happen next between these two? Over with Portia, she is in deep doo-doo thanks to her test tampering. If Portia hadn't messed with Heather Weber's test results, then nobody would have a foothold. Now that Portia is in the mess, chances are she'll make it worse. That's exactly what happened during Trina Robinson's paternity storyline. In a preview clip, Portia has a suggestion for her husband. Portia suggests that now is the perfect time for a truce. Of course, fans know it's just because that minimizes the damage that Drew Kane Quartermain will inflict on her. General Hospital spoilers for tomorrow reveal that Sasha Gilmore Corbin and Carly Spencer meet to discuss her situation. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan shares his perspective about a situation. In the General Hospital preview for tomorrow's show, he'll tell someone he believes they are making a mistake. What could this be about? In other news, Drew gets under Tracy Quartermain's skin. In fact, Drew seems pretty sinister as he has a tense exchange in the preview clip, while the both of them are at the PCPD. Brooke Lynn Quartermain finds herself engulfed in anger upon discovering that her mother, Lois Cerullo, disclosed sensitive information to attorney Martin Gray. This revelation pertains to a son Brooke Lynn had years ago, a secret she believed was kept strictly between her and Lois. Feeling betrayed, Brooke Lynn confronts Lois, demanding answers about why this confidential matter was shared without her consent. Portia Robinson is caught in a moral quandary as she grapples with Drew Kane's coercive tactics. Drew is pressuring Portia to influence Curtis Ashford into reconciling, using undisclosed leverage against her. In a heartfelt attempt to protect her secrets and navigate the precarious situation, Portia pleads with Curtis, hoping to avert potential fallout. Detective Dan Falconeri and Lulu Spencer experience a poignant reconnection. Their renewed interaction is tinged with complexity, especially as Lulu harbors knowledge that could significantly impact Dante's life. This development hints at potential challenges and emotional turbulence in their evolving relationship. Jason Morgan issues a stern warning to an undisclosed individual, cautioning them about a looming mistake. While specifics remain under wraps, Jason's advisories are typically grounded in his deep understanding of Port Charles' intricate dynamics, suggesting that this counsel could have substantial implications. Carly Spencer engages in a tense interaction with Sasha Gilmore Corbin, leading to an uncomfortable exchange. The nature of their conversation is poised to unearth underlying tensions and unresolved issues, adding another layer of drama to the unfolding narrative. Also, Emma Scorpio Drake continues bonding with Giovanni Gio Palmieri. The way that Emma stood up for the Quartermain family, especially Tracy, was pretty nice. Maybe Emma isn't so bad after all. As these storylines converge, Wednesday's episode promises to deliver the high-stakes drama and emotional depth that General Hospital fans have come to cherish. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.